What's up guys, it's BT here, and today we're going to be looking at the new mouse pad from Xraypad. This is the Traigun. Now this is their first Cordura mouse pad. They've used some other durable surfaces in the past. Now if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Cordura is a fabric that is highly resistant to wear, whereas if you have an old cloth pad like a QCK or a Zowie GSR, those wear over time, or ones that have like a coating on it, those are going to be gone within a couple of weeks, and then you're going to be slowed down. The consistency of your pad is just going to be all messed up. You're going to develop those nasty brown spots on your pad, a lot of stuff that you don't want. So that's where this new Cordura surface comes in, is that it's super resistant to all of that. It's waterproof even. Now, as with all Xraypad mouse pads, these are competitively priced. This one is coming in at $32 for the version I have, the 900 by 400 millimeters. It's also available in a square version as well, and they've got sizes for everybody. So if you want just a normal mouse pad shape, just get that 400 by 400. Now this is only coming in black, no crazy colors this time. I think that would mess with the consistency of the pad, so that's why you only see black here. Now, not only did they change the surface from a cloth to a Cordura one for this release, but they also changed the stitch edges. These now have flat stitch edges, just like the Fanatic mousepad that we saw before. So because they changed these to a flat lay, it now just hovers over the edges, and it's perfect because you cannot feel the stitch edges. Some mouse pads have those humongous stitch edges. You really feel it, it rubs you. There's just all kind of discomfort there. Not with this. It feels like there's nothing there, almost like there's no stitch edges on it, which I really like. Now, while they did do a good job, it is not perfect because in a few areas it's actually raised up. And it's kind of coming out a little bit. Some areas are bigger than others, but the area where my arm was going to be touching, there was none of that. It was straight as can be where my arm was. I didn't notice any discomfort over the past 2 weeks that I've been using this mouse pad. So really good job Xraypad on that. Maybe just look into tighten it up in some areas. Now this is a medium fast pad, so if you're coming from like a GSR or a QCK, I'm just going to pretend like you don't know about all the crazy artisans out there. This is going to be ridiculously fast compared to those. But for most people, if you've been familiar with like the Heian or the Zeros, I'd put this at about a medium fast pad. Now the dynamic friction of this mouse is very low. So that means is when you move it from point A to point B, that drag right there, you don't really feel the mouse pad. The static friction, which is when you stop and like trying to be accurate, there's going to be a lot of wiggling. There's going to be a lot of instability. Now, how this can kind of benefit you is in games like Warzone, in games like Fortnite, in games like Apex, where you're tracking people and you're moving your cursor and trying to keep that crosshair on them, and you're just kind of moving around with the target. Then this mouse pad is going to be amazing. Now, if you play games like Valorant, what I noticed is that my spray control was just all over the place. And I was using this for about 2 weeks now, and it just happens every once in a while, just not having that crazy static friction. In games like Valorant and CSGO, it's very valuable to have some static friction, I believe, because you need that accuracy, you need the control of your spray, whereas in those other games like Warzone, you can be a little bit sloppy with it and still hit all your shots. So I found that over the past week or two, it's been kind of weak in that area. My spray control was just all over the place. It just wasn't where it was at when I was using a Zowie GSR, the Black Edition, the Mud Pad. Now I know these two pads, the GSR and this new Cordura surface, couldn't be any different. One's a Mud Pad, one's a medium fast pad. But I just want to go to show you that a mouse pad actually does affect your aim quite a bit. That's why it's really good to watch reviews like this to really understand what kind of game and what kind of aim style this mouse pad is made for. Now, one thing I did encounter with this Cordura surface is that it was affected by humidity. When my room got hot, when I was really humid in here, I was sweating, this pad sticks to your arm. So for those of you guys in humid areas, it's not going to be the one for you. Okay, so that's one of the negatives of this pad. And you got to think, since this isn't a cloth pad where it kind of absorbs your sweat and it's going to kind of take away some of the sweat off your arm, this is water resistant. So that condensation is going to stay in between your arm and the pad, causing it to slow down and stick on your arm. Now, if you're a wrist aimer, the humidity problem is not going to affect you that much. But if you're an arm aimer and you're planning to get this pad, make sure you live in a cold area. They also didn't change the rubber base, which I don't get because it's been pretty bad in the past, and this one is also pretty bad. It slips around. Even when I was streaming with this pad, I just noticed the pad moving off the screen as I was gaming. So definitely something Xraypad needs to work on in the future. Now I know people are gonna ask, how does this compare to the Heian? It's a little bit slower than that one. I would still pick the Heian over this one, but this is a great budget option and it's gonna be in stock. So you have that. So overall, really good pad, not made for humidity. Love the price, love the surface, love the new stitch edges, although they aren't perfect. Anyways, it gets a high recommendation from me. And if you play those games like Warzone, Apex, Fortnite, then this is going to be the pad for you. All right, guys. So if you loved this video, if you're planning on picking one of these up, I have it linked down in the description. It has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.